Money G, bro.
Ooh, baby, I like it, boy. Yeah, baby, I like it, boy. Ooh, baby, I like it, boy. Yeah, baby, I like it, boy.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, ladies and gentlemen. You are here live on Hamin Media Group on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, this is I Like It Raw, your Monday Night Raw review show. Also, we'll give you the news and all that other cool stuff. If you don't know who I am the pundit of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. I am here with my brother from down under, the one and the only. It is Jesus Christ. It is Jimmy T from the PWC. I was just rushing there. Jimmy, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm a bit flustered, but I'm all right, man. You know, just
Why are you flustered?
Waking up.
Why the fuck are you flustered, Jimmy?
Because I was asleep and then quickly sort of rushing and all that. Then to get the invite to you, Rick, but we still made it on time. So
who?
I'm happy about that.
Who's Rick? I'm Ray.
No, I said Dick.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. You want to introduce our co-host today?
No, please. You go ahead.
You know, hey, I'll just jump in here.
Hold on. Now I know why the vet gets mad at Jimmy. I just threw him a softball, and he fucking just watched it hit him right in the balls.
I always introduce RBV, man.
All right, so you know what? I'll do it. It's Richard Vickery. Is that good? Rick Vickery? Yes. Richard Bronson.
Guys, I should be giving you the proper introduction. It is an honor for me to be here with the I Like It Raw Bulldogs.
What?
Davey Boy Hernandez and the Veggie Mike Kid, the new hottest tag team going, baby.
Veggie Mike Kid. Jesus Christ.
That's foul, man.
What the hell has been? What has Ben Hamin called the people? Fucking rat dogs or something? What is it?
No, the Bearcats.
Bearcats, yes.
We're all a bunch of...
and actually, fun note, I am the only real Bearcat in HMG, as I am I was a fellow enrollment student at the University of Cincinnati, where we are the Bearcats.
How does it feel living in Ohio knowing that there's no hope?
Oh. You can't spell Ohio without O. So yeah,
true.
There is hope.
Or H.
Yes.
See, fucking right there, softball. You can't spell Ohio without O. You should have said it. H-O.
Without.
Come on.
O-H.
Come on.
O-H-I-O.
Oh, Jesus Christ, guys.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Softballs. I'm sorry, man. I'm in a cranky fucking mood this morning. I have like a bad neck gimmick. Like my neck is hurting. Look, Jimmy's fucking half dead.
Cheering and jumping around from the big win.
I was at work.
At home court.
Let me tell you something, man. I was at work, and my boss, who's not a big Knicks fan, but he gets into it during the playoffs. He lives like his apartment is right in the lobby. Like he's a supervisor, building supervisor. Son of a bitch runs out in his underwear. He's like, "Come in, let's go." I'm like, "What? No, I don't play on that team." But he invited me in to watch the last quarter. He wanted me to watch the whole game. I'm like, "Ray, I gotta work." My boss's name is Ray, by the way.
Oh, no shit.
He's. I don't know if you can get a better, more like chill boss. But anyway, how you boys doing? Let's go around the horn. How you guys doing? Start with Jimmy.
I'm all right, man. Like I said, I just woke up not too long ago. Raw was pretty friggin' loud from Omaha, Nebraska, though. I was quite surprised by the fan reactions over there, man. I didn't think Nebraska was like a hotbed for pro wrestling.
They're a great fan base. Well, Rick, you're from there, right?
Well, it's the Midwest. We always bring our best, but you're looking at an area there. I mean, they are a very passionate fan base out there. The few things that they get, they love a spectacle and they know how to party. Obviously, as mentioned by Pat McAfee, one of the best parties in sports, the College World Series. They hold that every year, man. That is an absolute blast to go check out.
That's fun. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the of when you Pennsylvania over here where they have the Little League World Series.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. I don't know if you have.
That's nuts. I've seen it on ESPN,
Yo.
and I can't believe it, man. Every time I've seen it.
That shit must be fun, man. Too bad my teams weren't ever good enough to fucking failures.
See, I just want to
Anyway,
say
what?
No, I was going to say, this is what I love about the US, though. The fact that even as little kids, you can be on television with a crowd. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty good to help sort of set up your future sporting endeavors, if you want to call it that, you know, if you want to get into that.
Well, I'll tell you something right now, Jim. And this is it's very serious. I don't know if you guys know, but on this show, let me just see if I get the let me just pull this up really quickly. I'm sorry, guys. You know, we do take things, you know, we joke around and we take things serious. And what we want to do is we want to just take some time right now to do just give some love and talk about pro wrestling news. You assholes thought I was going to say something serious. That was going to be like a serious story. No serious stories here. That was
cold-blooded.
I love that.
Speaking of cold blood, I just want to give a shout out to the chat real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We got Frank Speak of our ass in the house. You got Zayn Vicious, of course, the master and ruler of the world. We have the professor, Chalbeloveda Cruz, and you got to listen to their. They got a new show coming up this week, the Pro Wrestling Reflection, as they try to record on the new teams instead of Skype. And boy, what a fucking journey that is, Professor. I think Rick Vickery is anyway. And of course, we have the opinion haver, aka the vet, who says the cities with no pro teams love wrestling. Of course, they have nothing left in their life. All they need is wrestling. And we have Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, it's been a while that she jumped on Raw. It's been a whole week. Good morning, my dear friend. And that's about it. So let's just jump into got a little bit of news here. Let's see what we got. And by the way, I'm not going to talk about any of the NXT releases at all.
Save it.
I'm saving it for tomorrow with me and the vet. And there's some opinions I have. I will say this. I'll say this. I can't fucking stand the way out of nowhere, all of a sudden, Jakara Jackson was the greatest wrestler of all time. That's all I have to fucking say. So let's just pump your brakes anyway. All right, so let's see what we got here, boys. Let's see what the fuck we got here. All right. All right, let's see. Okay, so it says, all right. Okay, so we know about Braun Strowman's release. We know why he got released. It's saying that's the money. We know that shit. Let me see. Oh, I will talk about shit. I should talk about this tomorrow. Riley Osborne. I'll save that one for tomorrow. Fuck it. All right. Let me just see what else we got here. God damn it. Everything's about these damn releases, guys.
Yeah, there hasn't been much news really, Ray, the last few days, man.
Oh no. I'll go with Rick and then I'll go with Jimmy here.
Okay.
Oh God.
What?
I don't know if I want to read this out loud. This is like fucking horrifying to me.
Edge of the seat stuff here.
I'm gonna look in the camera and say this. My fellow Americans, just I want you to know that not only did I not have sexual relations with this woman, but apparently WWE is still interested in working with Ronda Rousey.
Really?
Why? I thought she was done. Rick, go ahead. Just
Well, I would kind of counter back at you. What is
God.
the disheartening disbelief there, Ray? If there's money to be had across the board, if there's still a draw with her, if she's got something going on, they can do their crossover with the UFC stuff. There's plenty of opportunity, plenty of projects on the shelf that they could look into to utilize the little bit of notoriety she's still got, especially with the general crossover and any international cities that are looking for big bidders to bring in these PLEs, to bring in these multiple day events. She's still a draw there. What's the uproar?
Jimmy, your thoughts on this terrible news? It's almost like a fucking hurricane, a fire hurricane flying through Florida and burning everything. What?
That's what I think.
Oh god, that sounds like my wife on my wedding night. That's when I pull my when I pull my pants down. She says, "Oh, you got what?"
No, seriously, this is all a TKO move, clearly, and I'm talking about on Ari Emanuel's side, not so much so with WWE or Triple H. I mean, isn't she bitter about the professional wrestling business at this point?
Bro, she's shat
That's
on the
what I'm
business
saying.
so bad. And by the way, Zayn Vicious bringing back Ronda Rousey after firing Shayna is crazy.
That's crazy,
bro. Let me stop it. Everybody, stop it. Shayna was sucked. All right.
Oh, come on.
She had no fucking charisma. She had nothing. She was tough, and she was hold on. She was tough. She was an MMA girl. She had no fucking charisma. They gave her every fucking shot in the book. What more can you do with the girl?
I think at first they pushed her and they pushed her good, but then after a couple of years she fell off completely.
I would have pushed her right off the boat. Rick. All right, so we're saying that there's possibilities of the UFC crossover with WWE. Now it kind of makes sense to me. I can see that, but I don't want to see her wrestling no more. I really don't. Like if she does the MMA aspect of this whole thing and the crossover,
you bring her in for some specialty one-off matches, like I said, for those big overseas PLEs, things like that. You're not overly going to invest it and go a long-term thing with her. She's a special attraction draw. So there still is money to be tapped into it there. This is just a case of the internet wrestling community, maybe not even that, just the bubble within that bubble that gets overreacted if you don't cherish and worship the absolute purity and everything that is magnificent about pro wrestling. You're vilified. You're useless to us. That's wrong. If anything, you lean into all that negativity that she spewed out towards this audience, towards the sport of professional wrestling, the genre, and you play into that to get them fired up while still using her crossover appeal.
Didn't they try to do that though, Rick, last run towards the end?
They did. Rick.
Yeah. So I mean, just do it properly.
Hey, okay. Shout out to the Artist Returns who jumps in here, and also we got Chris Winland, the windiest of all Chris's. He jumped in. Yes, all right, so that's scary to me. But listen, some people like Ronda Rousey, some people like Shayna Baszler. I mean, not everybody likes good stuff. So I mean, it's just my opinion. Listen, when Ronda came in, I was all in, and then when I seen her start working, and hearing the bullshit where she was complaining about the fucking food she was getting in the hotels and the travel and all that shit, and it was like, fuck, if you join the circus, what do you expect?
Right. Well, I think that's just a matter of them not realizing what the business was. They were probably sold a bill of goods that wasn't absolutely true. They didn't understand what it's like to live on the road like that. Because it's tough as the training schedule is with MMA. You're based at your home camp. You're at your dojo or whatever. You're not living this lifestyle.
No, it's true. If you read her book, though, she did initially love the
business.
You're
going to have time to read fucking Ronda Rousey's book.
It's actually a good read. No, seriously, Rick, it actually is.
Stop it.
I'm being serious.
All right, go ahead, Jimmy. Whatever.
I would rather have Ronda Rousey punching me in the head for a half hour than reading that son of a bitch.
Well, she does state that she really did enjoy the business initially.
She's lying.
She started getting bitter towards, the end of her run, obviously. And how the fans she doesn't really like how the fans turned initially as well. But she just got put off it, you know what I mean, by the end of it.
Bro, and can we stop this bullshit? When every time you got fucking released from the WWE, I just want to say this really quickly. This fucking bullshit. It's either one thing or the other. I want to thank the WWE for fulfilling my dreams.
Yeah.
And
I know, it's so stupid,
and giving me the opportunity to meet the best people in the world that won't give a shit about you in a month. That's number one. Number two, and this is just the business, it's either that or I got something to talk about. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. That's why you got released. Nobody cared about you. Go ahead.
Ray forgot number 3. Include in post skank picture next to pool.
Oh, they should do. They should this is gonna sound terrible, but I'm gonna tell you something, brother. All right, I'm gonna give credit to the boys of Wrestling Soup for saying this. Okay, Missionary Thomas, the boys in wrestling.
Hey, anyway, they tuned into our show last week, by the way.
Well, because they're fucking awesome. We love them. And they love us.
Was actually tuned in the whole show. Pretty funny.
I love Mish. But they said that they should do like factions, only fan factions.
Oh my god!
You
I
know
think
how
I heard
much?
that episode.
Do you know how much fucking money you would get if you put what's her name, fucking Shotzi Blackfart and who's the other girl that got fucking released?
Cora Jade.
Cora Jade, like that kind of wild, like look and shit, and they're all doing like a faction type. They would make
God.
tons of money. Tons of money.
Dirty. It's pretty dirty. But you're right. Really, if they get into that shit, they can make an absolute killing where they wouldn't even have to think about pro wrestling. Look at Mandy Sachs.
Ooh, I want to see your sacks. What?
Big old
Oh!
sacks. Big old sacks of money.
Sacks of money, all right.
I got to tell you guys something, and this is a fucking shoot. I'm gonna look you in the eye and tell you both. This is the honest truth. I had the fucking weirdest dream last night. I just woke up from it and I said, I got to talk about this dream because it's pro wrestling related.
Okay.
You want to hear it? Because it's not much news.
Should we do the?
I kid you not. I had a dream that we were at a wrestling event, right? And at the wrestling event, they had booths that you could pay extra and call the matches. Like you could sit next to each other and call the matches, and they record it for you. So they record the show live, whatever live show you're at. Dude, that was my dream. And I'm saying it.
Why did
I
you
made
say this on air? You should have kept it quiet.
No, it's recorded. May 6th, 2025. This was my dream, 10:18 a.m. Big Ray Hernandez had a dream.
I'm
that
filing paperwork now.
And if WWE steals this shit, or TNA or anybody else, you know that I said it here first.
Brother, that is brilliant.
And like luxury booths, and they had all these screens lined up, and people, like there were seats of 2. So it'd be like me and Jimmy calling the match, one guy color one, and people were paying extra, and behind them you could see the screen of them actually with a green screen with them. It was just like the dream was crazy, but that's not where the dream goes nuts. I kid you not. I'm looking you in the eye when I say this. Andre the Giant comes in with no pants on, cock out and everything.
How big was it?
Huge. Just hear me out.
Oh boy.
Andre the Giant comes out. Now, you know how Andre the Giant, the thing is that he's like fucking with people? Right. Andre the Giant proceeds to, how can I say this? Ejaculate on people, but freely. Like his hands were up, and it lands on my shoe. And in my dream, I could feel the wetness, and I was angry at him, but he's Andre the Giant. So then I chase Andre the Giant into like a back room, and then he collapses. And I'm like, oh no, Andre's dying. And then he lets out a long wet fart, and I fucking wake up. What the fuck does that dream mean? Rick, go.
Wow, bro. You know what? Maybe it's not such a great idea. We are nixing this entire thing.
I kid you not. That is exactly the dream I had last night. Just a few minutes ago.
All right.
But you like the WWE idea with the fucking screens.
I don't know what to make of any of this right now. I do have a question about Andre and his fleeing from you. So he's on the run from Big Ray.
I did have garlic before bed. I had garlic bread before bed.
Was he using the centerpiece as like a third leg to propel himself while running?
You don't understand. He came out with
like a 3-legged dog.
You know, like the Cuban shirts he used to wear, right?
Yes.
And then just nothing up, like Donald Duck in it.
Okay.
Donald ducking it, you know, with no pants. It was weird. I swear to God. Anyway,
shit.
What the fuck? Let's jump into some
Andre the Giant was my friend.
This is crazy. I could feel the wetness seeping into my shoe.
Andre has a posse.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Chelsea Green signed, on that note, Chelsea Green signed a new multi-year deal with the WWE as per Fightful Select. So you have to pay for this. And the outlet says her current deal wasn't up until the end of the year at the earliest. Jimmy, WWE signing the great Chelsea Green. Do you like Chelsea Green? Do you think she's great, Jimmy? I know for a fact you've said on many occasions that you think she sucks. Your thoughts? Oh,
come on.
Okay. So what do you think, man? What do you think of this?
Well, first of all, I've got to do this because it's for you, Zane.
You fucking mark!
There you go.
I agree.
But yeah, it's a great re-signing, of course, man. She's one of the best female performers in the company. And I say performer because she very much so is a performer. I mean, she's just great all the way around, good in the ring, or decent in the ring, great at everything else, man. So why wouldn't you re-sign her?
What are your thoughts, Rick? I'm getting a text message from my son, so please let me just reply to him while you answer that
Hopefully
question.
things great there with Mr. Aiden, doing all right there.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm sure getting ready to get out of school, so hopefully that's all going well for him. Hey, but more green for Miss Chelsea Green and more Chelsea Green for us is always a great thing. If you listen to Jimmy and I over on the Smack Tack, we've been singing her praises, highly singing her praises as one of the most entertaining things in all of the WWE. Absolutely, man. It was heartbreaking a few weeks ago when we thought she might be on a hiatus. Hey, but she turned around. She's back the next week, and she is delivering absolute gold.
Yeah, she's great.
The former champ in mourning, demanding instead of the rematch, the recount. Again, everything that you hand her right now, she's firing on all cylinders. Looking forward to seeing what she's got for her. And I kind of liked it. I questioned why the championship move. And again, Chelsea's on the chase. Is right now, it looks like it could be better than her as champion.
Well, here's the deal. The vet said this 1,000 times. How do you become a baby face? You become a heel.
A cool heel, yeah.
And she's a cool heel. You know, she's over.
You know what, her though, she's still getting booed. She's still getting that heat.
Yeah, but that's for fun. That's like the way people boo. What's his name? Dirty Dom. Everybody loves Dirty
it's
Dom.
Not go away heat. It's not.
I know. So but in today's age, when you can get them to get the audience to buy into it, to continue to boo you, then you're doing something right.
The artist thinks she's just a mid-card talent. He's not happy with her.
What's wrong with that? You need a complete card that entertains you on a show all the way through. I'm one of those. I'm a huge fan of her. I think she's one of the top talents, all-around talents in the WWE, especially for the women's division. But, really no time if I've been clamoring. She has to move into the main event. She has her role. She has her part, and she absolutely delivers on it.
TN Couponer jumps in and says, I think WWE should give Chelsea the Money in the Bank briefcase. I agree with that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want some of the biggest deals, if you go and shop and you had to head over, just search at TM Couponer. TN, it's as in Tom and Nancy Couponer on social media and also on YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you can find yourself a deal on a good Chelsea Green action figure. Just saying. Love TN Couponer. That son of a bitch has been with me since I started this whole thing. Love you, buddy. All right, so hey, listen, I'm a fan of Chelsea. I always have been ever since she was Laurel Van Ness over in Impact Wrestling. Ever since me and Ben actually had a chance to sit down with her. I don't know where the hell that interview is. It's out there somewhere. Me and Ben sat down with her for a few minutes. She was unbelievably sweet and cool, and it was fun the way she answered our questions, but in kayfabe almost. It was just perfect. So. I'm happy for her, man. You may not be, but I like her, and I guess that's all it counts to me. All right, so on Wrestling Observer Live, apparently Brian Alvarez said that he was told that at least unofficially damage control is done. Well, duh. Which means which could mean Asuka and Kairi Sane could work together as a tag team when they're back, and IYO SKY continue. Of course, they're done. They released one of the fucking girls from there, so. Unless they restart that faction. I'm not going to talk about that release, but is there anything you guys have to say about and Asuka coming back soon, man? Hopefully, Asuka, she's like what? She's 40-something years old, right? She's
in her 40s, man.
That girl looks fantastic. I mean
Rick Nia Jax is in her 40s too, believe it or not.
Yeah, fuck her. But Rick, I heard that you are a huge fan of Asuka. You have multiple nudes of her from her time in Japan. Your thoughts on her and her come back and follow-up question. Will you miss the NWO-esque Four Horsemen-like faction of Damage Control?
Absolutely. The game changer. Professional wrestling will never be the same without Damage Control. As you said there, Big Ray, maybe we can get some kind of reincarnation of this thing. Some different proponents. Maybe they can go find their Paul Roma.
I would
something
hope so.
like that. To rebuild the historic game-changing group that is Damage Control. In Asuka, I think You mentioned when we're talking about damage control, though, as well. You know, where is Bayley going to fit back into a picture? Where is Asuka when she comes back from an injury? One of the most interesting things to watch on WWE right now is these women's divisions, and this conversation really got sparked here on I Like It Raw post WrestleMania. Jimmy threw it out there. We had a great debate about it, and it's continued across the platform on all the different shows. There is a lot of talent, top level talent, from in ring to character work to those that know how to handle their storylines, and there's only so many spots that can be occupied. Now we do have all these different divisions. Are they going to start dedicating more airtime to the women? Well, we've kind of seen that a little bit over the last couple of weeks, especially a lot more on Raw. Definitely more segments here. Are we going to start to kind of broaden those horizons, spreading those out? Or is it going to be a little dog eats dog? Who's going to win this bitch fight to get those limited spots?
Well, you know what?
Jimmy.
It's funny because I did bring it up on Like a Raw last week or the week before. But it feels like, doesn't it feel like there's a change coming? I mean, Bailey's
It's here. It's not coming. It's here.
It's yeah, you're right. Even Bailey doesn't have much time left on her contract, man. Do not be surprised if they don't re-sign her. A, B, they're pushing out a lot of the older guard now and bringing in all the new chicks, man. And the change is here, and it's happening right now. I'm sure the veterans of the women's division probably don't really like that, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do, man.
It's the old trope in professional wrestling, you know, where you have the older crowd, you know, they start getting together and stuff and kind of trying to bury the young kids, and
you can feel it, man. You feel it. You really
start
do.
playing. I'm making an assumption they start playing politics and shit to keep their spot. Remember the whole what was that WCW promo with the liver spot? Was that
and the dog spot?
Kevin Nash was it?
Liver spot.
Yeah. So you know, hey, it is what it is. But,
is that maybe we end up like a War Games, the young girls versus the grannies or something like that?
That would be cool.
WCW?
You know, yeah, why not?
Remember the new, what were they called again?
What? I'm talking about War Games. What are you talking about? WCW?
I know, but you made me think of WCW. There was the Millionaires Club and the
I know. The New Blood.
New Breed.
The New Blood. That's it.
The New Blood. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll talk about one NXT release, I guess you would say, because you know, I want to hear the vet's thought on this guy, but I don't know if you know this kid Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne was part of Chase U. He's part of Chase U, young British kid, very handsome young man, very good wrestler, and I thought that he had a little something there, but apparently the reason why he got released was because, so they were saying that he was released because of like WWE things or well, yes and no. So what I found out was that this kid, they told him, hey, we want you to work Evolve. And he was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm an NXT wrestler. I'm not working Evolve. Why would I want to work back down? So he made it very clear that he did not want to work Evolve. And they were like, oh, okay, well, fuck you. Goodbye. I mean, there's a bunch of other kids that are handsome, that have a cool little accent, and can do flips. Jimmy, I know for a fact that you are. When did you start the Riley Osborne fan club on Facebook?
Come on now, never. But I don't really have too much to say about him because I'm not, I don't watch him that much. But I will say, if that was his attitude, and if that's the reason why they let him go, kid, you got a lot of fucking growing up to do. That's for sure. Well, I mean, you can't say that, man. How old is he?
He's probably a baby. I'll find out really quickly why. While I ask our promoter,
27 years old.
27.
He's 27. I thought he was younger than that.
Shit.
Married to Blair Davenport.
Oh, so that's another thing I wanted to bring up. So I don't know if I don't find it funny, but you know how like what's her face? Who's the girl that got released by WWE?
Gigi?
Right now? Not Gigi. The one that she's like Samoan and shit. She has like the curly hair.
Samoan.
She took the picture of the fucking Damage Control girl. She got just released.
Dakota, bye.
Yeah. She came out that just a couple months ago that she and fucking what's his name, Tatanka Jones over there from NXT that also got released.
Thorpe.
Yeah, Eddie Thorpe. that they were in a relationship, and people were like, oh, but how is it possible that they're in a relationship? And it's like, fuck, she's bisexual, dude. She can date a dude. I mean, anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. What I'm saying is that they got released together. Isn't that romantic?
That's cute, man.
Hey,
You know,
couples that get released together
Wasn't it the same with
can
Emma
open
and
OnlyFans
Herman?
together.
well, like Riley Osborne, now he's released. Now he can go hang out with his girlfriend.
No money, no job.
He'll find work, I guess. I don't know. Who cares? I mean, I care. I mean, but okay, anyway. Hey, super leechers. That's a real right. Oh, I was going to ask you, RBV, as a promoter, if you had a wrestler that told that, you tell the kid, young kid, very talented, you see money on the kid, and you see this kid and you say, hey, kid, listen, man, we're going to need you to fucking lose this match or maybe work another promotion. You're not going to work for me, kid. But we'll put you over, eventually. And, we just need you to kind of spread your wings and kind of learn a little bit. And he told you, go fuck yourself. I work for you. What do you do there? How do you feel
Actually, it wasn't the exchange to go F yourself, but I've had this happen. Suggested, hey, we wanted a talent to do something. They had some concerns if it was best for their look overall. As on the indie, they're not restricted to working for you. They've got your show today. They've got another one tomorrow. They got somebody else next weekend. The proper way to handle that, I'll put him out there. His name's Savion. Big time Savion, doing big time things. He's worked for WWE multiple times.
Big time.
In enhancement spots. But we immediately, we sat down and had a conversation. Okay, Savion, what don't you like about what we're asking? What can we do to make it work together? So you come to that common ground. You work through some things. On the flip of that, yeah, I've also had some people, I don't want to do that, or agree to it and immediately go in the back and start talking shit.
Yeah.
Now, those people are done. They're done. They're already written out of your mind. You get through the show. Maybe you'll appease them just to get them out of your hair for that day, but you are not rebooking them. My favorite on that too is you get somebody talking mad shit about you. You're the one investing the money in the show. You're the one that went out there, busted your ass promoting it. And that's kind of like where a promoter talents really butt heads. The talents really think that, we're going to put you on a poster. Great. We need you to perform well in the ring. That's going to reel them back in each and every time. But there's a lot more that bring people to put their asses in those seats. So if you're talking shit, I can find somebody to replace you real damn quick that wants to buy in a little more, that wants to be a part of the PR machine. Yeah, I always told them, if you're going to work for me, it's about the PR. It's so important that it's the first two letters in professional wrestling. PR. You can't spell it without it. There's Savion. He is the man.
This is your boy.
There he is holding the, wasn't my promotion, but he's holding the Cincy Championship, heavyweight championship.
Good for him.
Actually was there to call that match for that promotion. Savion, great guy. Great, amazing talent, man. Really gets it. But he said some things to me before as well that it made some sense. He says, we were talking about podcasts and the old timers. And he said, Rick, I do appreciate some of the things that I hear on podcasts, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to listen to what they're telling me backstage at WWE over some old time podcasts because those people are there right then and they're the ones hiring. So I got to do it their way right now.
Seems like the kid has a good head on his shoulders. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good for him, man. I hope he fucking makes tons of money and banks tons of rats. Super
he doesn't got away with the lady. So
I've seen other.
He's a smooth dude.
Handsome young man. God bless him. Super Lucha's editor-in-chief Ernesto Ocampo posted a list of AAA wrestlers who have said they have already signed WWE contracts, including Alberto El Patron del Rio, Hijo del Dr. Wagner, Hijo de Vikingo, La Parca, La Hydra, I can't say this, La Hydra, god damn it, Lady Flamer, Lady Maravilla. That means
Lady Flamer. I like that one.
And Niño Hamburguesa, which is hamburger.
Hamburger?
Kid Hamburger, yeah, Hamburger Kid. So just so you understand,
I might have a new favorite wrestler.
Remember Cheeseburger? But here's what people here's what people don't understand. Just because fucking Del Rio signed that contract, it's not a contract to work specifically for WWE.
Right.
It's basically like, all right, now we own this company, so now there are different standards and there are different best practices and there are different, the things you can and can't do. So you're gonna sign this contract, Alberto Del Rio, and you can't do drugs and you can't beat up women. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what he's done in the past, allegedly, but
I mean,
Jimmy, you are a huge fan of Del Rio, having multiple posters in your bedroom alone. Your thoughts on this, little crossing the T's and dotting the I's? That's what WWE is doing right now with AAA.
I mean, this guy should call himself fucking Alberto El Gato at this point, because how many lives does he have, man? I mean, seriously. I mean,
he's a cucaracha.
He's a cockroach. I mean, but the fact that WWE are taking a punt, yes, it's not a contract to be on WWE television. Let's not get that twisted. He definitely likes it raw, right? Very raw. Too raw, probably. More raw.
Enough.
But in saying that, he is a talented guy. He's just not quite well up there. You know what I mean? So hopefully he doesn't fuck it up again. And let's see what happens, because it was only, 2-3 weeks ago where he hit another woman during a match?
Allegedly.
I mean, there's video.
I didn't watch the match. When he threw the chair at the grandma or something like that?
Some shit like that. He started going crazy, jumped from the ring into the crowd. And you know what's even more weird? I mean, this guy's got to be connected to some cartels over there.
Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly.
This is Jimmy saying that. He lives in Australia.
Yeah, it's Jimmy, not Ray. I was not speaking for RBV or Ray here.
No, I'm speaking for me. But no, in all seriousness, the one where he apparently kidnapped a woman? Did you hear about that?
So alleged.
Well, put it this way. When it went to court, there's footage of her getting, beat up by him and whatnot. I mean, there's proof. But she didn't turn up to court and it got thrown out. He was going to get jailed for 20 years, man. But obviously, he probably did a few threats. And he hangs around with sketchy people. And when I say sketchy, I'm
all alleged by Jimmy.
I'm talking about child fiddlers and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God, Jimmy.
Yeah, so...
You're really like you're really putting us in a tough situation.
I'm calling him out. El Patron, my ass.
Rick, I'm very uncomfortable with this. I am a huge fan of Del Rio. I think he's a nice guy.
I'm with you 100%.
You guys are fun.
He's the reason I wear scarves. I love his fashion sense.
This is Jimmy.
Guy has it going on.
Elizabeth knows the deal, allegedly. So let's just.
I do want to ask. I do want to ask you guys, because there was a lot of outrage, obviously, throughout the internet wrestling community immediately when they saw that Del Rio had been re-signed, and is he going to be some sort of issue and all the baggage that is coming with him? Let me ask you guys this: why are we assuming that the AAA product is going to be integrated everywhere into what we see in America? It's in WWE. Everyone's acting like it's going to be on Raw or SmackDown every week, that we're going to get programming. To me, I mean, couldn't they just keep it as its entity in Mexico with just occasional crossovers each and every year? Everyone's acting like we're going to get these stars every week, and I don't think that's going to be the case at all.
Well, stop with the stars. Let's using that word kind of loosely there, but the wrestlers over there.
We call them superstars. I mean, that's what
I know. But listen, that's what they're going to do. It's only going to be like they're going to do the NXT fucking War of the Worlds, whatever the hell they're going to call it.
Yeah, Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide. That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a once in a. I doubt Alberto Del Rio is gonna come out on Monday Night Raw next week with his fucking AAA Mega Championship and be like, I want to win all the titles and I'm gonna challenge, fucking who's the champion over there? Fucking Yeet. And then he goes over to the challenge fucking. I was gonna say Cody Rhodes. I don't even remember who, John Cena. It's not gonna happen. All right, Jimmy. You believe it's gonna happen? Why?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen, but don't be surprised if they do make an appearance here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're going to have that for your brands, for your marketing, your advertising. But once they get settled in, it makes sense initially. We'll see a little more crossover between the two, but eventually they'll settle back into their ways.
Listen, if you sprinkle in a woman abuser here and there, I'm sure WWE fine.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that they're giving him another chance, like I said, I'm making this clear. It's not a WWE contract in terms of what we see on Raw and SmackDown. It's just for triple all right, that's it. Because he's their champion. Yeah, make him say But he's still got a contract through WWE. So the fact that they're even giving him another chance is pretty crazy, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you what's crazy. And this is the last news story of the day. I'll tell you what's fucking crazy, man. According to PW Insider, I don't even know if I can read this. I'm going to try. Dutch and Vincent of the Righteous are no longer with AEW.
Can we rejoice?
Who the fuck is Dutch and Vincent? Dutch Mantel. He's still wrestling? Dutch Mantel? Isn't he old? Doesn't he have a podcast?
He does.
And Vincent, didn't Vincent pass away just recently?
These are the wannabe Wyatt family guys.
I don't know who that is.
From Ring of Honor originally.
Don't know who that is. I kid you not. Hey, Jerome's in the house. Jerome, what's up, Jerome? What's going on, motherfucker?
The what do you call it, man? What's the group called again?
I don't know. She's Elizabeth.
The Righteous.
Elizabeth, yeah, I just said that. Elizabeth said, "Wish Rob Zombie." They're like a Timu.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys.
I don't know, man.
And they're Timu fucking Wyatt family, and I mean really Timu.
Rick, again, I know you watch AEW every single week. Also,
I do, brother. I love it. I love All Elite.
You downloaded their app, and you buy every pay-per-view.
Hey, Rick is really All Elite.
I have AEW pajamas, bed sheets.
Do you have a cum towel like for Andre?
Jack Reg, yes.
An Andre the Giant cum towel. Okay.
Yes. But like Andre the Giant, it is an actual bed sheet. Just looks like a towel.
I'm telling you, brother. If you saw what I saw in my dream.
That is foul, dude. How the fuck do you have a dream like that? Honestly,
I don't know. What does it mean? I'm just trying to find out, what does it mean? I need April Hunter. Speaking of April Hunter, there is a possibility I may be jumping on with the A show very soon, just to come on and have some fun with April.
Come on it?
Oh, Jesus Christ. April, again, this is Jimmy saying this shit, not me.
It's a serious question.
Rick, your thoughts on this this future Hall of Fame tag team being released so stupidly by AEW?
Well, I think this is just a counter power play by TK. He sees all the hype that the WWE is getting with their releases. He doesn't want to fall behind. He's got to stay up with the trends in the business. So it's time to start making those hard decisions, those hard cuts.
Well, we actually have a picture of I believe Tony Khan. Okay, serious question here. What?
Do you think there's anybody in Tony's ear right now telling him to stay the hell away from all of these releases?
Did you not see the picture I pulled up?
I saw it. Yeah, I know. That's what he's going to need, like professional medical, doctors and all that.
Should I not just put it back up there again?
To be like, Tony, we don't need anyone that just got released. We're going to check on you in 30 days. We're going to check on you in 90 days to make sure you're not throwing millions of dollars at people that just got released from WWE.
I guarantee you, Tony Khan will be signing every single one of these, and it will be
9 days from tonight.
Shayna Baszler, I think, will definitely get signed because of Marina Shafir.
Oh yeah,
that's what I think.
Shayna, and I think Shayna will do well in AEW. She'll make her money, and she'll
be part of the Dick Riders.
They'll put no, that's not what she does.
She doesn't Dick Ride, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, clam wrestlers. Anyway,
clam wrestlers.
There we go, man. That could be a new stable there, the Clam Jammers.
What is this here? I got one more story here. Speaking of Tony Khan, what the fuck? Okay, all right. Former WWE and TNA star Rhino is set to feature to feature at upcoming AEW ROH shows, which is set to take place in his hometown of Detroit.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so Rhino's gonna get some gore. Some
gore. I thought you were gonna say the 2300 little series of shows they're gonna be running up there, but hey,
why not?
See somebody like Rhino getting getting some work, getting some shine from a promotion like that. That's cool.
Can I just tell you guys that Rhino's like one of the nicest guys in the world?
Yes.
He's a little weird though, man.
Aren't we all? He's a wrestler. Of course he's weird.
Yes.
Like Jimmy,
it's hard to explain. He's very Italian, if you know what I mean.
Jimmy, you're wearing a fucking Space Jam jersey, and you're calling him weird. Jam. What is that?
But that's actually a good
one. I think you have to explain this every time you wear that jersey.
It's an Eastern Conference All-Star jersey from back in the day, man.
From what year?
It's a Penny Hardaway jersey.
Is it really?
Yeah.
From outer space.
And why are you wearing that with the LA Dodgers hat? None of this makes sense.
It's true. It's a Western fucking conference hat, I guess. But you're right. I've got nothing to say about that.
I don't know,
I
Jimmy.
just stand.
You're really pissing me off here, brother. All right. Is there anything else besides the glorious? And we're gonna quickly go away from fucking wrestling for a quick second. The glorious wins last night. Now I know you guys are big NBA fans, and of course you all are fans of the New York Knicks defeating the Boston Celtics. Rick Vickery, I'll go with you first. Do you believe in that whole adage in professional basketball, live by the three and die by the three? The Boston Celtics breaking a record, taking over 63 pointers and only hitting 15. Your thoughts on, do you think this can, with the Knicks being as physical and as dominant, as well hung as Jalen Brunson is, do you think these guys can continue to do this and win the series, being the Celtics? Or do you think the Knicks have a shot now?
Hey, you guys are believing in New York, making believers out of the rest of us here around the country that have been tuning into these NBA playoffs. I'm going to give the edge right now to excitement level. I think the NHL's got them, but that's not to slight to the NBA. We've had some great finishes, some great series so far, and a great start here to the second round. Little heartbreak here in the OHIO as we lost home court. The Pacers shocking the Cavs there.
That was...
Is that really a shock though when you think?
Well, yes. The Pacers had the Cavs. They can figure them out. They're the only team that's beaten them, as many times during that regular season.
So underrated.
Didn't the Thunder lose last night too?
Thunder lost on a last second three. Awesome finish there. But I think that the tip of the hat, you get the spotlight on you. New York 4 times in the season. Boston goes over strong, average of 16 points. But I think that last defeat that the Knicks took in the regular season in overtime, let them know that they could do it. They could play at that level with Boston. The Knicks go out there and absolutely battle. They are battle tested now in that series against the Pistons. They believe they can do this. They are ready to go against Boston and go out there and make a statement. I thought New York could have got maybe one game. To be honest with you, I thought they would have had one game. I think they were going to play a tough series, get one. Now I'm rethinking this thing because they went out and got the most important one.
So what people don't understand, Jimmy, is that when the New York Knicks played the Boston Celtics the 4 times this year, they didn't have their entire team. They did have their entire team that last game when they went to overtime when they lost. But the thing is that they had the entire team, but they hadn't played together yet. When they had played. So this is now these guys have gone through a war. I think the best thing that happened to the Knicks was playing Detroit in that first round. And I'm going to give credit to the Detroit Pistons, even though their fan base
dirty against Detroit, you know what I mean?
Listen, Detroit, their fan base are a bunch of animals.
They stink.
Their coach is a fucking crybaby, but those kids have talent and they're tough. And I think that is exactly what a team like the Knicks needed to kind of snap out of this. Whatever.
I love that series because it reminded me of 90s basketball.
Yeah, like Jimmy's jersey, 90s basketball there, the Space Jam jersey. Anyway,
90s basketball is completely different to now.
I mean, of course.
I still prefer the basketball from back in the day. But the thing is, the only thing I'll be worried about with the Knicks, Ray, I know you won in Boston. And the 45 missed threes, that's ridiculous, dude. I've never seen anyone shoot so bad. But in saying that, Tibbs is a bit of a choker around this part of the friggin' playoffs, man.
Tibbs ain't playing.
No, but he's your coach.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a big fan of Tibbs. I think he has
a defensive coach, but everything else is a bit, I don't know.
Well, it's very weird.
I loved him back in the day, too.
It's very weird that you say a great defensive coach because this year he's been more of an offensive-minded coach, kind of taking a back seat to offense. Not really.
Well, that's not really his style.
It's not really his style, and I think that they're winning in spite of him, if that makes any sense. But neither here nor there. I think this has been a really good NBA playoffs. I don't watch the National Hockey League, but get it, Honky League? Is it all white? Anyway,
Honky League, baby.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
I just made that up right now, just like the Andre the Giant coming on people's shoes. But yeah, man, this is the best time of year. I think, for a sports fan, when you have the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, you have baseball, and as long as those sports are there, hopefully they can push back the start of the WNBA, because that is garbage. So just
you guys are
It
really
is
turned on the
looming.
WNBA.
It is looming.
what happened?
No,
Jim?
but really, I feel like you guys have totally turned on the WNBA now, man.
That's because they did it themselves.
Okay, interesting.
What do you mean, Jimmy? I mean, there's still quite a deal of excitement here.
No,
But-
but it used to
But
be
the
a
players
lot
in their
more
league
excitement.
have done themselves zero favors. All you hear in the
Mm.
media is how they deserve more. We should be giving them everything. And
It
I know
became
that's
it
all
became a
women are
political.
like this now,
It became a
dude, in all
political.
sports.
It became a political racist thing. How the pretty white girl, she's not even fucking pretty, like fucking Screech Powers from Saved by the Bell. Fucking Caitlin Clark, the pretty white girl. What are you talking about? It just. I think people are over this whole race relations bullshit. That's why we don't really fucking talk about. I don't fucking talk about politics anymore, and I don't want to see it in my sports. And that's why, me personally, on a personal basis, why I don't give a fuck about the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same as it used to be. That's for sure.
Anyway, yeah, but you see, I agree and disagree, because if you look at women's MMA, they're over.
Women's tennis is probably the most over out of all the
Over?
women's sports when you think about it.
Women's soccer until fucking Rapapino, whatever the fuck her
Hey,
name
and
is.
as soon as
Put her foot in her
as soon
mouth.
as they made it political, they
That
look what
everyone
happened to
did.
them.
Done.
Yeah, but they're the ones that started that shit too. When you think about it, the U.S. women's soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
done.
Rapapino
Yeah,
dumbass hole.
the lesbian-looking chick.
Yeah, well, again, this is Jimmy saying this, ladies and gentlemen, not me. He doesn't speak for me or Rick Vickery. But I'll tell you what, man, that was fun. It was a nice little segue, guys, because we have Monday Night Raw to talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we do this? Why don't we jump into the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen? It is time to talk some Monday Night Raw. All right, ladies and gentlemen, WWE Monday Night Raw came to us live May 5th at Cinco de Mayo from the CHI Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska, featuring all the latest build to the upcoming Backlash. And we're going to run through that card really quickly, give quick predictions at the end of the show, as we usually do. And speaking of predictions, who hates predictions? The Opinion Haver, the vet. So I want you guys to head over to @OpinionHaver on Twitch. That's twitch.tv or /OpinionHaver, and watch him play video games, because today's Tuesday. It's not only Taco Tuesday, but it's Video Game Tuesday. So you want to give the vet all your monies, ladies and gentlemen, and time and likes and subscribes and all that cool stuff. So please help our brother out, man. And yeah. So let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. So we got Becky Lynch. That's bullshit. Okay. All right. So the show kicks off. Now, what I did was this week, folks, because I watch it, pre-recorded, so you can replay it on Netflix. I wait for about 15 to 20 minutes at work to start watching the show. Then I hit the slider about 10 minutes, skipping all the recaps and fucking Jey Uso's entrance into the Jey Uso comes into the ring, and him and Paul Heyman have a conversation. And let me tell you, I'll start off with you, Rick. During this conversation, Paul Heyman said a bunch of fucking truths. I mean, I don't think he was wrong. I mean, yeah, he pretty much did build up the bloodline. He did get embarrassed and thrown through a table, and he said it. He says Roman Reigns didn't come to fucking avenge me. He came for the fucking pepper necklace. He didn't give a shit about me. This is not my fault. I'm in the right. And I gotta be honest with you, Rick Vickery. I was scared for Paul Heyman, because he looked like he was going to have a heart attack during this thing. He was so passionate. This was it's a Paul Heyman promo. And then he
all over the place too.
I mean, his 20-year-old fiance must have been wet in the pants watching him do this stuff. With all that being said, finally, Jey Uso is kind of like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. I'm really condensing most of this to the most important parts. But somehow Paul Heyman, Rick, is able to get Jey Uso to give Seth Rollins a title shot tonight on fucking Raw. The master manipulator. Rick, your thoughts of this promo? Anything that stuck out to you during this promo? Anything that stuck? And then we'll go to Jimmy. Jimmy, you could take over after Rick. Go.
You all right, man? After the extended yeet through Omaha, Jay a little gas. Paul comes out, waddles on down. He's gas here. They both got the pulsating. They are trying to work their way through this. Paul is dripping. That spray tan starts running, but that son of a gun, as you said, the master manipulator getting it done, gets a title opportunity for his guy. Hey, coming into this Raw, I was already excited about 3 big announcements that we're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the Pat Mack and Gunther showdown. I'm looking forward to the ladies match.
A lot of talking tonight.
Looking forward to Rusev and Big Otis, and then they add this in here. If that's not enough for you, how about a blockbuster PLE level matchup main event? Seth Rollins challenging Jey Uso in his first title defense, right? For the heavyweight championship.
It was. Oh, yeah.
Big match feel to start the show off here. Good energy for him.
Yeah. Jimmy, what'd you think of this promo?
Well, first of all, Jey Uso is
You choked. Dummy. Yeah.
he's a dummy, basically.
All right.
How easy was he manipulated? You know what I mean? He just sat there, just listened to him. He was just goo-eyed over Heyman.
Bunch of truths. He heard the truth. He didn't like it.
What Heyman said was absolutely great.
But
man.
what Heyman's saying there resonates in Jey, because he left too. He saw all that, what was wrong in the bloodline. He realized that at a Roman a long time ago.
There it is.
So, and Heyman knew how to play that, get those emotions going.
Right there.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what he did. He played him completely. And, in the end, he's like, fine, I'll give you a title shot. But this was a masterpiece from Heyman. I mean, he played off the crowd too and got even more passionate. The guy was sweating. The guy was spitting everywhere.
The fans were turning on Heyman. They were like, "You suck,
dude." I'm telling you, Nebraska brought the heat. Like,
it's great,
tonight.
great
you
crowd.
know what? Everyone's promos on this Raw were great, in my opinion.
I gotta make a note of that. I'm put a pin in this because I want to talk about Lyra Valkyria and her promo.
Oh, she came. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that. We will, right.
Right now, I'm running my finger across Jimmy's lips. I knew you like that. Backstage, Paul Heyman rolls up on Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. He's like, I told you he would fall for it. And he did. And then, so now, of course, Seth Rollins, the devil, walks off. And then I like this part of the backstage thing where, he puts his arm around Bron Breakker and he explains what the plan is and how this plan is working. And I'm going to talk about that a little later on because I saw something in Bron Breakker's eyes that maybe not a lot of other people saw in Bron Breakker's eyes.
I know what you're talking about.
I think you know what I'm talking about, brother. But Bron Breakker was really digging this whole manipulating people and getting a world title shot. It's only a matter of time. That's all I'm going to say right now. But Jimmy, your thoughts, and then we'll go to Rick. What did you think of this little backstage?
I'm liking where I'm liking where this is going to end up going in the end, because I feel like Bron is the one that's kind of playing the game, if you know what I mean, and learning off both of these guys and taking everything off of both of these guys. He's going to use it against them and use it against everyone else. You know what I mean? And hopefully this is what they're doing to build him up, because I don't see him playing second fiddle to Seth for too long. I think he's just playing his cards right.
It's funny that you mentioned that, and I'll shoot over to the Rick. Rick, I think everybody's been thinking that they're trying to bring up, they're trying to lift up, they're trying to build Seth Rollins, but I think in reality, this is all to build the main event of Bron Breakker. Your thoughts?
100%.
Well, 100% agree, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here and think that's going to be happening anytime soon.
No.
I don't think you see that next evolution, that next step from Bron Breakker until maybe next year. Potential WrestleMania 42 match, Seth versus Bron. But this kid still has a long ways to go in Bron Breakker. And this is going to be to see, does he truly have it? Obviously, yeah, all the genetics, man. You look at him, he's $1 million. But as Vet's been talking about regularly on the watch alongs, on the shows, really all he is right now, they don't even really play to his heritage. Just go look and do with a hell of a build that spears people really fast. What we need more out of him. He's got to up the game and absolutely. If you can't do it when you're linked to Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, then you got a major problem. So no pun intended here. It's a make or breaker deal this next year.
To be fair, though, Heyman has failed with some guys in the past, like McGillicuddy, for example.
And Ryback.
Cesaro was a fail as well. I mean,
I think those are maybe unfair comparisons. I don't think Paul gave his all in those. You can really go back and look at the detail in the work when he's working with somebody like a Brock Lesnar, a CM Punk, a Roman Reigns, as opposed to, a McGillicuddy, a Cesaro, or a Ryback.
No, because that's not a real. I don't think he has a real connection with those guys. You know what I mean? Compared to the others.
Let's give a quick shout out to our friend Kevin Marty, who jumps in.
Hey, Kevin Marty.
Hey, he loves the baby face. Stop. What are you talking?
Is everything good in Italian?
Brazilian? Okay. Que se dice? All right, so we get a match. We get JD McDonagh versus the incredibly fucking talented and super charismatic Penta. It's amazing how much charisma this fucking guy exudes in a mask. I want you to put that together. Unbelievable, man. And this was a fun fucking match between these two guys. JD McDonagh, say what you will about his giant head. The kid can work. And I think he's pretty good. But listen, man, of course you have to have the Judgment Day get involved. And Finn Balor, I'm going to call him fumbling Finn Balor, always fucking up. He's been fucking up a lot, man. And the referee caught him mid-fuck up, and he throws him and Carlito out of the ring, which opens up for Finn Balor to finally get for Penta to get the advantage in the match. He wins by pinfall, hitting the flipping sunset drop. What do they call it now? The Mexican sunset?
The Mexican muscle buster,
Mexican destroyer. The Mexican destroyer. Hitting the Mexican destroyer. Which I love the fact that they are giving him, if they do it right, a second finisher, because now he can not only win with his other finisher, he can win with this one too. I like that. But yeah, he goes over, man, and again, super charismatic. The guy is awesome. This is and I almost forgot to mention that during this match, also this kid gets involved. What's the Grande Americano's friend, Chad Gable? Chad Gable got involved, but again, he was kicked in the face, so he was this is setting up a Chad Gable, Penta match probably, and he hates luchadors. Chad. Rick, your thought on this match, your thought on Penta, your thought on your thoughts on JD McDonagh's big ass head.
Parade flute, friendly there. Biggest one here. Canada continues to just be outshined here as destroyers can put people away. They just have to be Mexican destroyers. I think that's one of the biggest surprises, that it actually closed the match. Ray, like you said, man, with Penta, such an incredible charisma, just a draw and an energy when he is in the building. And now that, that we have seen the separation of him and his brother with Rey Fenix over on SmackDown, it kind of just shows where Penta is here when it comes to that star quality, and Phoenix is here. So it'll be interesting to see how they just continue to keep pushing Penta towards that top.
Your thoughts, Jim?
I agree 100% with what Rick said. Penta's on a different level of Phoenix, man. Say what you will about Rey Fenix. He's good, but he's not as good as his brother in many ways, man. I think in the future, they could make him into a complete star if they play their cards right. Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I agree.
How can they not make a freaking bobblehead?
TN Coupon, they should have a JD McDonagh bobblehead, but they have to make the head a little bigger than most of the other bobblehead. That it's almost like it tips over. Anyway,
or it can't even stand up straight. It just
like a Funko Pop, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but yeah, no, but Penta, man, it's nothing but up from here, man. As long as they don't screw him up, that's all.
So backstage, we get Grayson Waller.
What a dirty motherfucker, man.
Waller. He's backstage with Adam Pearce, and he has a big match, a singles match, and he doesn't seem to be too happy with it. Adam Pearce is like, whatever, dude, you got to wrestle. And he's like, and then in comes Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller's like, you know what? Maybe you want to take this match. You haven't had a singles match. I want to gift you, my friend, this singles match against a mystery competitor. And Austin Theory accepts, and then Adam Pearce is like, wow, you are a real asshole. He says to Grayson Waller, but he doesn't say that out loud. He says it with his eyes. We come back and we have Austin Theory versus. Now, I'm going to put this out, Rick Vickery. I thought the mystery opponent was going to be Bronson Reed making his comeback.
Not too early.
I know, but that's what I thought. I was waiting for Bronson Reed, and I wasn't mad, but we got Sheamus's white ass coming out. And listen, Austin Theory held his own. You know, he showed that he is an athlete. He is charismatic. There is potential, but as the vet says, potential is like the worst word you can say in professional wrestling. But yeah, Sheamus hits the bro kick, goes over for the 1, 2, 3, and during this entire match, Grayson Waller had that look on his face, like, God damn it, I really fucked over my friend. Your thoughts on this match, Jimmy? Then Rick, and what do you think?
I mean, poor Theory was getting tortured. What made me laugh about Theory, though, the way he was working this match, did you notice while he's getting pummeled, you know, he's screaming out to Waller by saying, bro, what have you done? Like, what did you make me do? Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The kid can work. I like that kid.
Absolutely. I think he's great, man. Personally, I'm a Theory fan.
I am a Theory fan as well.
I just feel like he's getting that Vince McMahon stank. And you know, and everyone's using it against him for whatever reason. I'm talking about your powers that be in WWE. I mean, come on, man. I think he's a lot better than what he's getting, man. And that's how I feel.
Rick, we know that you're also a huge Austin Theory fan. Your thoughts?
Jimmy, you say he's getting that McMahon stink. Is that he's just trying to wash that shit out of his hair still? Is that what you're trying to say? You got sick in the pre-match interview to set this up. I thought maybe it was a little rib or an Easter egg is to have Waller in the interview scene, and then Austin slides in because of the rumor yesterday that he was on the cutting block, that he wasn't going to be there.
It's true, and it was running wild.
So I thought it was a little rib and Easter egg. Oh, you're right. He is still around. He is still here. Sheamus X looking extra whitey. I mean, he had that glare coming off of him. It looked like he had Cheetos crumbs just rubbed through his hair, extra orange. But overall, man, his build, he looked good. It was nice to see Sheamus back. Essentially, this match, though, we get the tease there at the end for the breakup between Waller and Theory. So these guys are out kicking each other's ass for 15 plus minutes to set up and tease a storyline that no one is going to absolutely care about.
And not only that, but they
absolutely not care about.
Like, how many times have they done this already? Like, can we break these guys up already? Enough.
Yeah, they've teased it for over a year, right? And then they go back on it for some reason.
Enough already. But anyway. All right, we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. We have JD McDonagh. He's upset about losing. And Dominic Mysterio's like, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of Penta. You know, that'll fix everything during Backlash. AJ Styles comes out with his 24-inch Python's brother.
Damn.
And am I wrong? The guy is huge. What the fuck?
Dude, a week ago, he didn't look that big. I felt like he lost a lot of his muscle recently, but damn it.
Well,
he pumped his friggin' biceps up, all right?
He's eating well. He's eating well.
It's that fresh off the assembly line Coca-Cola down there in Atlanta.
He's drinking a Mexican Coca-Cola with the cane sugar.
Yeah, that's the good stuff, baby.
That's what we use here too, man. By the way,
yeah, I know. We get the shit. We get the shit. Yeah, B12. It's more than B12. It's more like B13. But anyway, so backstage we got AJ Styles rolls up on the Judgment Day, and he's look, man. AJ Styles like I'm gonna challenge for that couldn't get the words out of his mouth. They all laugh. They all break character for a quick second, and he finally AJ Styles gets Intercontinental Championship out of his mouth. But before that, Dominic suggests that maybe Finn Balor clean up the mess. Maybe take on AJ Styles. And at first, you think Finn is like very angry. He's like, "What the fuck? Who the hell are you to tell me?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "I'm just joking. I'm joking." I'm joking. He
That's
wasn't
2 weeks in
joking.
a row
That's
he's
2
doing
weeks.
that.
That's right, Jimmy. See, Jimmy's on top of the fucking
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about. 2 weeks in a row. I don't know. Is Finn Balor? And then that's the way it ended. So, oh, by the way, we get New Day backstage, and Becky Lynch walks by them as American Made is back there too. So, any thoughts on this really quickly, because it's not very important to me. I don't know, but me it's important to Rick.
I think it's we're getting more teasers for breakups. We're getting quick exchanges, trying to get some business in. Hey, it's not prolonged like a lot of things we see. It's just boom, boom, boom. All right, we're going.
All right, so finally, big segment, another talking segment. We get Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch, I think, says the word garbage about 17 times, talking about how Bailey's garbage, and I did like when she's what happened.
Didn't she call Lyra recycling or some shit?
Well, that's I was gonna say I did like the fact that she's like, Lyra's like garbage, but she's more like recycling. The less offensive type of garbage she's recycling, and I thought it was a pretty funny line. Lyra comes out. Now, look, Lyra comes out. We all know the deal. They go back and forth. Anyway, they go back and forth, and they end up fighting and fucking. They break it up. But so now here's what I want to ask Jimmy and then Rick first.
Oh, I'm dying.
I may be wrong here. All right, just hear me out. But Lyra seems to have like a little switch I feel a little switch has turned on. I'm not saying she's great. I'm not saying she's fucking Ric Flair on the mic or even Charlotte, but it seemed like she's coming out with a little more anger and passion, and she has a couple of zingers there as well. During this whole thing, Jimmy, you seemed unimpressed. So I'm just gonna let you take over. Okay?
It was all a facade, right?
It's all a dream. I used to.
Yeah, not that dream. Not that we don't want to dream about that anymore. That's for sure.
I got you.
In terms of this owl lady, everyone goes, "Woo, woo." Cool gimmick, by the way. Yeah, her voice is too Irish. That's true, but I'm not judging. But in saying that, she came across as a crybaby, even more heelish, if anything. I felt like she came across more of a heel than even Becky did. I just didn't like her comebacks, man. Yeah, she kept her own in terms of her cadence, but even that still felt like she's crying, and I felt like Becky destroyed her in the end anyway with her comebacks.
I don't know. I mean, Rick. Lyra made a good point. She's like, Becky Lynch, you were the first woman to main event WrestleMania, and you won. You were the first this and the first that, but I'm the first. Oh, I'm the first Intercontinental Champion. And she put the belt in her face. Huh?
Big deal.
Huh?
Yeah, well, you got to be proud of your accomplishments here somewhere. But Lyra, for every inch she adds to her platform boots, she takes away from her skirt each and every week coming out here.
Have you noticed that?
She's showing those goods. These promos though, she is getting better at what she's doing here these weeks out since WrestleMania. You got to believe, man, it's just all being crafted by Becky. She came back to help her. Last night I watched along, that dove into a little bit deeper into that Becky that's what she's been doing. She's helping these young talents try to get over. So kudos to her for giving back to the youngins here.
Kevin Motti says Becky looked great physically. Promos are better. I could be wrong. Not the first time. Lyra to me wasn't getting any reaction. Well, that's because she stinks.
This is a reset for her. For Lyra, this is a reset. They thought, going through that tournament, getting over on Dakota was going to skyrocket her. People were going to start buying in. This is again, move sets are not going to get you over. You got to have a personality. You got to be able to tell stories. You got to have that connection. She had none of that laid out for her creatively. She doesn't naturally have that charisma. So now let's go back, start over again. Becky, you've been to that top. Maybe not the best. Becky's terrible in her promos. She is better now. She looked really comfortable last night. Good delivery on some stuff there. But she's going to hold Lyra's hand through this thing to see if they can get it right and get her to where the company hopes she would be at.
Agreed. And I will say that I do like crybaby Becky Lynch, heel Becky Lynch way more than babyface Becky Lynch.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
I kind of like that. I don't know what's wrong with me because I am not a fan of Becky Lynch, but I don't know what it was. I don't know what it has been.
There's just something naturally about her that's not like on camera, like not
Yeah,
incredibly
she comes
likable.
across fake.
But
Like,
I
just
like
fake,
it.
really.
Like I like this better.
Well, it's a good presentation. It's a good gimmick for it.
Just saying. But we get a treat. We get a treat, ladies and gentlemen. We get a treat. We get two of the best female wrestlers in the world in a match with IYO SKY. I love that thing she does. Hey, me, look at me. Versus Roxanne Perez. And Roxanne Perez, I'm not going to break everything down, ladies and gentlemen, but I will let you know that Roxanne Perez and IYO SKY had one hell of a match, in my humble opinion. The match of the night, in my humble opinion, between these two girls. And Roxanne Perez proved to anyone who doubts that she is, and for anyone complaining about why this. Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead. Say what you got to say real quick.
You guys would have missed something that I caught, unfortunately. I don't
Caught
know
it.
if you saw it, Rick, when we were doing the watch along and whatnot, or Vet did, but she cut a promo during the commercial break. I saw it because of you know,
Oh, I
when
didn't
you
see
pay
it.
for the premium one, you get everything that's happening still live
I fast
in
forward.
the arena.
I fast
Dude,
forward.
she cut a great promo.
She's
Go try to
good.
find that shit. I'm talking about, yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's that good. But that promo absolutely impressed me, man.
But let me just finish my thought when I was saying that for anyone complaining, oh man, Jakara Jackson got released. Look at Roxanne Perez. Look at the levels. There are levels to this thing. You know, there are levels to this thing, and IYO SKY and Roxanne Perez, two of the best wrestlers, period. In the, like, you could even say in the company, like wrestlers in the company. These girls are great. And they had a great match between each other. And Roxanne Perez, there were times that I thought Roxanne was going to win. Not the title, obviously. The title wasn't on the line. It didn't appear to me. It wasn't a championship match. But a win over the champion would have been a big deal. But she did something just as good. She not only held her own, but she made me believe that she would win this match. But even though IYO SKY was selling that buckling knee, she has a problem with the knee, man. It keeps giving out on her, and it gave out on her a couple of times. But she was able to hit the excuse me, the sunset flip off the top rope for the 1-2-3. Rick, your thoughts on this match? Your thoughts on Roxanne Perez? Is she the future of this women's division?
We talked about those difference makers, the changing of the guard. Roxanne is absolutely right there amongst those that are leading the way. I even want to give some props here to IYO SKY, starting to win me over. Didn't really get it. The Japanese style, the small little frame, the move set and all that. And the Jimmy Kimmel, where she's always just laughing, kind of smiling, annoyed me a little bit. I'm starting to grow on me. I'm starting to make a little more sense in her character. I'm starting to feel that energy, getting that groove. Back to Roxanne, she can work with anybody. She made me believe when she was with Ripley. She made me believe here. She just has an unexplainable energy about her.
Mm-hmm.
She to me, she has that it. And I think no pun intended, the sky is the limit for her. Looking forward to see what she can do. I like even the pairing here with Julia to explain a little bit of that on NXT. Hey, my enemy's enemy, riding together, we are more dangerous than we were as opponents. But I like the dynamic there where maybe Julia is using her a bit because it's Roxanne who's the one that's going out there first, getting the matches a little bit more of the spotlight, but she's the one taking the bumps and taking the beatings, and Julia is coming in to clean up messes.
So I just want to, the artist jumps in. He says, Roxanne is great, but I don't like the losing streak they're putting her on. Makes zero sense. But what do I know? I mean, look, I get what you're saying.
DQ losses. I mean, it's not like
it's not hurting her at all.
She ain't losing clean, so that's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. You want her to win more, but remember, she's holding her own. She's a kid still
being elevated too, man.
She's in the ring with the world champion.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's just give it some time. Really quickly, Aaron Ben Shlomo says, "Hello, everybody. What's going on?"
Hello there.
From Israel. He says, got back from the cardiologist and my heart seems better. Well, our hearts are better. Our hearts are better because we know that you're better and we love you and we missed you. And I'm happy to hear that you're doing better. Keep us apprised, keep us updated on what's going on with you and your heart. And please, while you're resting, jump in tomorrow. Obviously, everybody says, send some love. We're a family here. Like, our chat is not just a regular chat. Like, we all genuinely care about each other. And whenever somebody's not on the chat after a while, got a couple of people. Like, I haven't seen Gam Wolfers. Where are you?
Been around.
He's been okay. I haven't. All right. So I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. Just a lot of love here. We love you, brother. So, but artists, don't worry about it. She's gonna be fine. I promise you, she's gonna be just fine. What I found was awesome though. After the match, you think that Roxanne Perez is doing the baby face. She shakes hands. They bow to each other. You're like, oh, is she gonna turn on her? No, she doesn't. She rolls out of the ring. But when IYO SKY is doing that whole fucking pointing thing, of course, Julia comes up from behind and attacks, and then Roxanne Perez's face turns from smiley to heel, which I love. She does the whole John Cena gimmick, when he turned on Cody, and they attack the shit out of this girl. And that's the way we go off with these two girls over. Anything before we go on to Rusev and Otis?
I didn't think so. We get an announcement here. I'm looking because I couldn't remember if they announced it for which one, but so it's not going to be a Backlash, but they announced the tag match with Io and Ripley versus Julia and Perez for next Raw, which kind of surprised me if they wouldn't have that at the PLE.
I must have missed that. Did they really?
Yeah, that'll be one of the draws for next week. The ladies will be teaming up against each other.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
interesting.
Oh, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? All right, so let's go, man. We get Rusev and Otis, and it was what I thought it would be. Number one, Rusev, shut up, Jimmy. Stop it. Leave Rusev alone. It's Rusev Day here. We're not gonna fucking shit on this parade.
Rusev Day.
Yeah,
Loved it.
man.
I was looking forward to this, man. Looking forward to this one.
He came out looking like $1 billion. Looks fantastic. Otis, of course, a big, strong, beefy man. Gave him some fight. He ain't gonna be easy, and this is the type of guy you want to see Rusev beating. And not only does he beat him, but he beats him clean. He makes him submit to the accolade. And then he puts the accolade back on, continuing the attack until, of course, management runs in and breaks it up. But Jimmy, you are rubbing your eyes, you're shaking your head, you're yelling at DDs, throwing cigarettes at you. What's going on here, brother?
Nah, look, I enjoyed the match. It was two meaty motherfuckers going at it, but in saying that, I felt like Otis got way too much in. You know what I mean?
He's 300 pounds.
I get that, but he's a loser in every other friggin' match. So why now is he suddenly a badass?
No, I don't think they've ever booked him. He's always been like competition. He's never been
he's a loser,
squashed.
Man. He's
that's not
loser.
nice.
He loses.
I mean, he hasn't been picking up W's, but he's never been overly embarrassed. As Ray said, I mean, he's going to get some shots in here. He's a big old son of a bitch.
Yeah,
but I love it, man. The Bulgarian bulldozer. That's what we end up getting. He ends up breaking Otis. Breaking Otis so much that the model chick I can never do she's almost brought to tears over there that her dude is getting broke.
She's gonna end up.
And look, I know Otis is legit. Then let's not get it twisted. I'm just saying, by the way, he's booked, and then now he's suddenly taking on. I mean, he done quite a bit of damage. But if I put that shit aside, I thoroughly enjoyed the match, though.
All right, well, we get Rusev. That's all. I'm just happy.
Destroyed, and then that little twerp thinks he's gonna get in there. I liked how Rusev laughs him off, only to turn back around, and I loved it. Right? It was great.
Yeah,
it's great stuff. Back from commercial, of course, and then we have Adam Pearce, who remains in the ring, and he says he calls out Pat McAfee, calls out Gunther. Man, Gunther is so underrated when it comes to cutting a promo. I know English is not his first language. Let me just put this over because Jimmy's rubbing his eyes again. He doesn't seem happy. Hold on. Let me just. I'm setting it up here. I'm teeing it. I'm throwing a softball. And the Raw general manager says, "Look, you guys can talk, but keep it fucking professional." They go back and forth, but Gunther, a switch goes off in Gunther. Killer Gunther comes back, and he says some shit at the end where he says it's only I'm going to paraphrase. I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm not even going to read it, but he says something along the lines of, only by the grace of God will I be able to pull my arms off of you when he's going to fucking kill him. He's going to choke him. Bro, Gunther, I thought this whole Gunther is soft bullshit that they were trying to put over all disappeared. In my humble opinion, Jimmy, and we'll go to Jimmy first because Jimmy's going to disagree with me then Rick.
No, because how is he soft, man? That's all. But anyway,
well, I mean, he's not, but Gunther, put this motherfucker on notice. Listen, football guy. Listen, Rip Rogers guy. I'm motherfucking Gunther, and I'm gonna fucking hurt you, Jimmy. I know that you hate Gunther, and he's one of your least favorite wrestlers. Why?
Do you really want to know why? Nah. No. First of all, I love Gunther, but let's be real. I think Pat McAfee actually made me want to watch this match now. I'm intrigued by it because
Well, yeah,
he hit it at the park, man. Let's be real. He really
always
did.
does.
I
It's
couldn't believe
amazing.
it. But yeah, like Vet says in the chat, Pat did something really smart by comparing Walter to Gunther. Because he actually did. If you know, you know. If anyone caught that.
You know.
I was very impressed with friggin' with McAfee, man. I really was. But I'm also impressed with Gunther at the end. What he said, man, it's like, oh shit, you're fucked. You're dead man walking.
Yeah.
I almost feel like he wanted to do this on purpose because he called him soft, right? You know, he wants to see that killer Gunther again. But it's going to be at the expense of you, Pat, unfortunately for you. But how's this match going to go, you think? Do you have a match? Or
We're going to talk about that at the very end real quick. We're going to spend the last 15 minutes of the show as we're about to go into the main event here, breaking down the recap or our predictions really quickly. So anything else you can talk about, Rick, about this before we go into a main event and then predictions?
Yeah, for all the IWC bitches that were whining and crying about Gunther being put into a program here with Pat McAfee, you're eating crow right now. We saw last night exactly why this is best for business, best for Gunther.
Yeah.
In addition, that every day on ESPN, that on the Pat McAfee show, around the world where there's more eyes on those products, those brands in WWE, they're getting the name Gunther out there. Pat's out there putting this match over. Last night, Pat showed why he is an absolute master on the microphone. He had that arena eating out of the palm of his hand, as he did in Kansas City. He knows how to pull the right strings to get the reactions, the babyface reactions, the sympathy reactions without having them turn on him. He sets this up. He reminds us that he is a pro athlete, that he's got that dog, that fight inside of him. And also, he's been sitting over there. He's been sitting at that table. He's been studying Gunther. And he realized that said over there, the perfect playback to he ain't Walter anymore. He realized he's watched what Sami did to him, the underdog. He watched what Jey Uso did, that underdog. If anyone has found the weakness, he knows the soft spot because Gunther is soft and he's going to come expose it, which in turn, Gunther went out there and owned his own, showed why he is amongst the elite at the top. And he made you believe, hey, this ain't going to be a happy underdog story. He's flipping the switch. The ring general is back. It's going to be very dangerous. Someone is going to get absolutely hurt. This is the match to tune into for Backlash. I'm hating that they're giving to us at Backlash. We're not getting a bigger PLE with a little more build.
That's true because it does have a big fight feel after that promo. Man, it sold me. I was sold.
It could be the main event. It could be a main event of the night if they wanted to.
I mean, shit, why not? The only thing though, guys, I want to ask you guys quickly before we move on. Is McAfee is his time almost up in WWE right now?
He'll be heading to football sometime in the summer. I thought it was after SummerSlam, but I don't know what his reporting jobs are. You know, he's going to have to hit the road for college and Monday Night Football.
With that being said, this could be an excellent way of getting him off TV.
That's what I feel like is going to happen. That's why I'm asking.
Could hurt him, kill him. Anyway, and he won't be cleared for a few months. Just saying.
It's gotta be that.
Listen, I know we got to go to the main event, but I have to rewind a little bit. And I have to go back to the IYO SKY Roxanne Perez match because there's something that I reported that's not technically correct. I said that she hit the sunset flip, which is true. She didn't hit the flipping sunset flip. But towards the end of that match, and I wanted to talk about that, and this is why I'm going back, at the end of the match, the girls were doing the Ricky Steamboat Macho Man Randy Savage WrestleMania 3 thing where it's pin, 1-2 pin, 1-2 pin, 1-2 pin. They're flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping. And then finally, it was a sunset flip pin that won the match for IYO SKY. And I thought that was brilliant because how many times have we seen that and never ends in a 3 count? But finally, these girls tired each other out to a point that it got to that 3 count. And the psychology of that match was immaculate. I just needed to go back and say that, guys. Anyway,
last pin too, if you know what I mean.
Last pin. Main event of the evening. This was a long one, and this was a good one. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. Look, first and foremost, the end. Let me just go to the end and we'll work our way back because the match ends in disqualification. Why? Because we have CM Punk who gets involved. Sami Zayn gets involved. He comes down because Bron Breakker's fucking spearing motherfuckers during this match. CM Punk comes out with a chair, starts beating everybody up. Technically, it's a disqualification win for Seth Rollins. So he wins the match via disqualification. But we go off with CM Punk and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso in the ring together, fighting off the dastardly heels or whatever. But let's go back now. Let's start rewinding because, Rick, come on. Are you telling me during this match there wasn't an inkling in you that said, whoa, are they going to take the belt off this fucking guy here? What is that going to do for the Jake Paul match or whatever, Logan Paul match? How are they going to do this shit? What's up, Kenny F. and Powers, who just jumped into the chat?
Hey,
nice to see you, my friend. What did you think of this match? I thought it was a fucking, I hate using the word masterpiece. I thought it was a really good psychological wrestling match. A lot of fun, a lot of good moves, a lot of all this, everything. It had a little bit of everything.
Dusty.
I'm going to agree with you there, Figueroa. And, maybe not say masterpiece and all that, but it was a tremendous way to hook the audience, to keep them on the edge of their seat. Audiences across the board, from the general audiences to your basic IWC to those that are inside the bubble, because people have been complaining even about, Jimmy winning, and then what was his run going to look like? Are they going to pivot real quick? Is he a transition champ? Especially when we got this new redirected Seth Rollins. So a lot of teas in there. And where we usually get a lot of false finishes that you're just, they're not so edgy, exciting. You're just relieved. Like when you finally get a pin, this one held your attention.
Right.
Holy shit, they're going to do this.
Right.
Wow. Maybe they're just pivoting off something with Paul. Maybe he can't make a date or something like that. They've scratched that. So you've got all these things running through your mind, which was nice because it kept you invested throughout all these falsies that we usually just start blocking out. To me, though, this was about, we're going to get to a crazy finish. We're going to get to the shenanigans. I don't need the 20 plus minutes of wrestling on that. But they did do a good job later in this match of, holy shit, they might do this. They're going to take this belt off of him.
Well, it's funny, like, how you said what you said just before that, Ray. Me and you, Rick, we were talking about it. And I was saying that to Rick. We were talking over the phone. And I was saying to Rick, do you think maybe there would be a title change? And you said it straight up. He's like, no, it's not going to happen. Why? Because of, what's his name?
Paul.
Logan Paul. They're not going to do that, which makes total sense. But even I felt maybe, just maybe, could Seth possibly get the title? But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Well, not unfortunately. I'm happy for Jay, but I don't know if he's going to have a long run with that championship belt anyway, dudes.
So this isn't for Backlash.
Nice,
this match,
sorry, Ray.
Question. This isn't for Backlash, right? This is for what pay-per-view that Logan Paul.
I don't think they haven't announced anything with it yet. We're just getting the attention to build. He wants that shot at that championship. He's his Paul's thing is, I've already accomplished almost everything that you could accomplish in this company. Only one guy's put me down, and I haven't won a championship. I'm coming for gold now. So, and that's where we got that, which I thought was great when he sucker punched him last week on that. Because Ray, you put that over. It was like, damn, like where'd that come
it came
from?
out of nowhere. By the way, breaking news: Sonic the Hedgehog is in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Good.
I thought maybe Sonic had that breaking news because there is footage going around. After Raw went off the air, they clear out the other babies that Logan Paul did show up and did jump Uso. So to add a little of that, dark match kind of energy in the building there. So it looks like we're still going to have that. I'll be honest, watching that thing unfold, I got so caught up in the, damn, are they going to do this? Are they going to put this back on Seth, the top heel, to carry this brand? I had forgotten about CM Punk not being present the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, me
yes.
too.
So when his music hit, I did pop for that. So out of sight, out of mind, kudos to them for keeping Punk away since Mania. Because I forgot about it. Like, boom, there, Cult of Personality is a big pop anyway. I love being out in public. You're out and about mingling for the evening and you hear that Cult of Personality. You start making, looking around that bar, wherever you're at. You make eye contact with the other loser wrestling fan and you both start nodding your heads because it's on. Yeah, it's down.
All right, Jimmy, your thoughts, brother, before we jump into backlash. Yeah, you fucking Mark. Before we jump into backlash, your thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say it was a masterpiece, first of all. It was a great match, though. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Just she made me a frappe. But anyway, yeah,
Fuck?
no,
We're
it
getting
wasn't a
frappes and
masterpiece.
shit.
Sorry.
We're getting frappes and shit, and you're like, I'm over here just drinking like some rotten
Call
coffee.
it the fuck it is, dude. It's a milkshake.
It's not a fucking milkshake, Rick. It's
Show it on camera.
iced coffee, as a matter of fact.
Oh, it's not
That's why
frappe.
called
Oh,
frappe.
la di da.
So fancy.
Hey, frappe
Must be
is
nice.
the best. You all know it. Everyone knows it.
Must be
Anyway, we're
nice,
not here to
Rick.
talk about
Yeah, go ahead.
frappes.
Oh, you did. Go.
Anyway, the point is,
Mm.
it wasn't a masterpiece, like you said, Ray. It was a great match, though. I was hoping for whatever. I would share Jerome, man. Everyone's throwing me off now.
Yeah,
But
you need to get a lot more straws in there to share with the whole chat.
It's definitely true. But yeah, no, fine match, great match. I was hoping that we would get a title change. That was my initial feeling that just maybe we will.
Which is great.
Because they do that occasionally on Raw, you know what I mean? Very rare, but it does happen. But we didn't get that. And I guess we are going by what Rick said, what happened after the camera stopped rolling. You got to be going for a Logan Jey Uso feud next. And I still think possibly we might still get it, maybe at Backlash. But it's too late now.
Well,
It's
listen.
only a few days away. It's this next week.
Listen, boys,
This
I gotta
Saturday.
get out of here in about 5 to maybe 10 minutes because I have to go straight to work soon. So, with that being said, why don't we just quickly jump in? We're gonna do like kind of rapid fire, who wins, who loses, and why, really quickly, as we usually do as we end the show. We'll jump into the Backlash predictions for 2025. We're gonna go round robin. We're gonna go Rick, Jimmy, Ray, Jimmy, Ray for every single match. All right, you ready? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. WWE Backlash 2025 takes place this weekend, depending on when you're watching this, this Saturday. And we kick off the show with the WWE Women's Championship match. It is Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. RBV, who goes over?
Is that at Backlash or is that SmackDown?
It says here, it says 2025 Backlash predictions. And this match is here, listed here. I don't know.
All right, I don't have it on my official run. I'm looking at WWE's site for that match, but hey, I'm going to ride that out with a shenanigan finish. Tiffy keeps her win. I don't think that's going to be on that show.
It may not be on the show, but that's what's listed here. I have CBS Sports.
It will be.
All right. So what do you think there, Jimmy? Will you take that straw out of your mouth, man? What?
Why is that too gay?
Tiffy?
Is that she gay?
Yeah, a little bit. Turn me on. Come on.
No.
Tiffy?
I said Tiffy, yeah.
Why?
Because Nia's not going to go over.
Okay.
Why would
I
they?
agree. I think Nia's too fat, and I think Tiffany's over. So I think Tiffany goes over. All right, so this is definitely on the match card. We have the Intercontinental Championship match: Rey Mysterio versus Penta. Cero Miedo. Who goes over and why? RBV.
Dominic Mysterio retains the championship on a disqualification.
A DQ finish. What do you think there, Jimmy?
Same DQ finish. Like, Dom's not going to win, but he's going to retain via shenanigans. So Penta will get the win, though.
You think Penta will get the win? I think Dominic wins.
First of all, this is going to set off a chain reaction here of honky tonk-esque run with Dominic Mysterio, where he gets so many DQs that Dairy Queen is going to come on as an official sponsor and have a dirty Dom meal deal. That's how many DQs we're looking at for him.
I think Dominic Mysterio wins in spite of Finn Balor fucking up. And I think he wins barely, with a lot of cheating, obviously.
You think he's going to pin Penta?
I think he's going to, but no, it's going to be cheating. It's going to be cheating. Remember, Carlito's in his corner, maybe hits him with an apple. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to give Dominic the win somehow, but it's going to be in spite of Finn Balor. Like, Finn Balor just keeps royally fucking up to the point that towards the end of the match, he wins the match. They cheated, but he's like in Finn Balor's face, like, you almost made me fucking lose this thing, you piece of shit. I don't know. That's what I see. Let's move on. United States Championship, Jacob Fatu defending his title versus Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. I was going to say Damian Sandow. Rick, who goes over and why?
Jacob Fatu, big time. This is the werewolf doing werewolf things. No bread, no water, just meat. And that's what he's going to be chopping on. Fatu over.
What do you think there, Jimmy?
Come on, Jacob Fatu, man. Nah, I mean, that's what he says, right?
I know. I don't like the way you say it. I like the way he says it.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm not trying to be him.
Finish your frappuccino. All right. Well, so who goes over and why?
I said Jacob Fatu because it's Jacob Fatu. Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
Jacob Fatu goes over, in which I will believe this may be the match of the night. It could be the match of the night, but I think this match may be the match of the night because it's Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Rick Vickery, who goes over and why?
My boy Pat Mac's going to be coming. He's going to be coming hungry. He's going to come out. He's going to look to shock the world. But sorry, you're going to have a little bit of a run. We're going to believe in the underdog. But the ring general is going to get his hands on him. And he's going to about break Pat Mac. But, oh, my God, just the ref's going to go for the stoppage. That Michael Cole might have to throw a towel in.
Yeah, for sure.
But, oh, my God,
Sure,
what is that? What is that? Cue it.
100%.
Goldberg.
Stop it.
Goldberg. Place is going to erupt. St. Louis is going to absolutely lose their shit. It's Goldberg. The football ties, the former Atlanta Falcon, makes the save for the Indianapolis Colt.
Rick,
we set it up for your big summer program is Gunther Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
All right. You in the bubble geeks. You just keep turning money away. I'm over here printing money all day.
Good, Jim. We got like 3 minutes. We got to get out of here. Let's go.
That was a good one, Rick. I'll give you that. That was good. That was very good. Fucking hell, that threw me off. Pat McAfee's not going to win. He's going to be Gunther all the way, man. Come on.
Same here, man. I think Gunther takes McAfee the fuck out. I like the idea that you said, Rick, about the towel being thrown in. But I think as the towel gets thrown in, I think the referee doesn't see the towel and Gunther kicks the towel out of the ring.
Ooh,
you know, like he just keeps fucking. He just killed. I think he killed him. I think he killed metaphorically. I don't know. But yes. All right. So now let's move on. We got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. RBV, who goes over and why?
I think in this one, we're going to prolong this story. Said it is a reset. We've got to do a lot of storytelling here. Becky, shout out to Let's Go Brandon, pointed out this stat. Becky, Triple Crown winner, taking that IC title.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Whoops, I'm dropping shit over here. First of all, yeah, I agree.
It's not knowledge.
Becky will win, but Lyra will get her comeuppance at SummerSlam and get her belt back.
I agree with both of you guys. I think this will be the only title that changes hands this night, where Becky Lynch does become the Triple Crown champion, or whatever the hell you want to call it, winning the IC title. And of course, you want the babyface to chase, and that's where the money is. And now, finally, the main event of the evening. It is John Cena. I can't see him versus Randy Orton. RBV, who goes over and why?
One of the greatest hits, 25 years of rivalry coming to a head. St. Louis is going to be loving this. The heat on Cena's going to be atomic. Get ready for a classic Rip Rogers style wrestling match, slow pace, awesome storytelling. I don't know how he's going to get there. I don't know if they're going to give us another disappointment with another what and nobody rapper. Are we going to get the final boss appearance? But Cena's going to retain. The last real world champ rolls on.
Yep. Jimmy, your thoughts?
Yeah, John Cena all the way.
Why?
Because it's not time for Orton to get about, man.
Okay.
I
think they shouldn't even have this match. I get it; it's in his hometown, but
you know what? I'll hold on. Let's throw. We'll have a no. We'll have a no finish. I've got it right now. Travis Scott comes down again to help Cena, but St. Louis's own Nelly makes the run in for the save.
And the Lunatics too.
You just say Nelly?
Yes.
I thought he died.
Chingy? Does Chingy? No, he didn't.
Didn't he die like 10 years
ago? St.
ago?
Lunatics, baby, will be going crazy.
The St. Lunatics. Bring in Chingy too.
I think Master P comes out and assists Randy Orton. Him winning the 15th title. I don't know. Listen, John Cena's not going to lose this belt. But it's going to be a fun match, and there are going to be times, even though we know that John Cena ain't going to lose, they're going to put some doubt in our heads where, you know, with RKO's in play, anything is possible. But I think John Cena goes over here. All right, guys, put over and pontificate. We'll go with Rick, then Jimmy. Then Jimmy looks like he wants to say something. What happened, Jimmy?
No, I'm laughing at the comments, like in the chat.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yes.
Robert.
All right, I'll do it here. You know, who knows where I'll be next? I've been popping up everywhere. I do appreciate you guys for letting me do these run-ins like this, man. I love
good.
this show right here, man. Mainly did it just so I could listen to the out song. It's last
I'll
week.
send
It's
it
in
to
my
you.
head every week. Thank you, gentlemen. Hey, make sure you tune in. Speaking of Backlash this Saturday morning, got to get with Jimmy. We're looking at 11 a.m. start time. We're going to do an official pre-show rundown, little something different, and we're going to have our PBS money drive to finish up those funds that Jimmy can become a text buddy with Mercedes Monet and send her that little Jimmy pic.
And just want to thank everyone because everyone was sending us money, man, on that show.
We're only about $70 away from our goal. We hope to raise that on Saturday.
What a waste of fucking money.
It was a lot. I forgot about that. You know, that's funny. I'm glad you brought that up, actually, Rick.
All right, Jimmy, put over to you. Go.
Yeah, well, you can follow me at DJ Mass Effects. I can't interact, but I'm there. I see it, so all good. Follow me there. But most importantly, like and subscribe right here at Hamin Media Group's YouTube channel. And please share us around. Tell everybody, tell your grandparents, tell your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, everybody about our shows right here on Hamin Media Group. And, of course, channelattitude.com with $5. Not only do you get the best, but the realest talk in all of pro wrestling. There we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, of course, we got shows like we have the Impact Attack, we have the Wreckage, we have friends of the show, we have Rip Rogers, we have Timmy Baltimore, Limpid Ain't Easy, of course, Stevie Richards. Don't forget the Next Level Wrestling Review tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. with me and the Vet, the Monday Locker Room, the Smack Attack, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, one of my favorites, the Wreckage. With of course, Jimmy T and the Vet. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't listen to the show last week, you can go over to my Twitter and take a look. It's up on video. You have What If Razor Ramon and Scott Hall became world champion. It's up right now. What show are they going to do next week? I will find out. I will fill you in tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been I Like It Raw, your Monday Night Raw go-home show for the wait. It's not go-home show. The week's just starting for most people. It's my go-home show. It's my Friday, fuckers. Well, you have to go to work. I'm going to be home. Dreaming about Andre the Giant coming on people's feet. That's right. Oh, boss. I'm going to jizz on you, boss. All right, guys. We're out of here. Love you. Goodbye. I got to go to work.
Oh, shuggy duggy quack quack.
This is the Hustler Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hamin Media Group. That's Ben Hamin Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.